guys, this is Passage, and today I'll be doing part 4, not 3. Part 4 to What If Naruto Was a Prodigy. Where we left off, Naruto and Jiraiya were about to go find Tsunade, I think. So, let's get right into it. So, Naruto and Jiraiya were about to leave the village, and then Sakura says goodbye. Kakashi says not Kakashi. No, Sakura just says goodbye, and some other Choji Chihuahua say goodbye to. Hinata says that Naruto says he'll be back. And they walk out the village. Naruto summons his Phoenix summoning Aoi, and tells Jiraiya to hop on. Jiraiya, nods and does what Naruto said. So this and Aoi carries them, and Jiraiya just points at the direction they will be going. And soon, an hour later, they stop at a town, a casino town, a gambling place, because Jiraiya is using an excuse that we're stopping here for food, and that, that's his excuse for stopping by. But the real reason he's there, he wants to do research and a little gambling. Naruto just accepts it for now, knowing that this is how Jiraiya is, and he knows Jiraiya's lying, but he's just gonna go with it. So Naruto, after an hour, Naruto gets mad, gets tired of this, so he grabs Jiraiya by the arm and just says, "Hop on." Jiraiya's a little bit drunk. He had a little too much sake. Naruto so Jiraiya gets on Aoi. Naruto points at the direction where they're supposed to be going, and they go there nonstop. And they stop at a little town so they could rest. It's already nighttime and they need somewhere to rest. But Jiraiya is Jiraiya, and he slept, so he's gonna go out and drink and have some food. And Naruto accompanies him, because why not? And there, at the place they were gonna eat, they see Lady Tsunade. So, the thing with Itachi and Kisame, that doesn't happen. And then Lady Tsunade insults the Kage like she did. Naruto's a little bit more easygoing, so he just does it nice and says, "Take that back, please." Not being a little bit too polite in this situation, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know if he can beat her. Naruto's strong, and he's strong, but he doesn't know if he's stronger than a Sanin. So Lady Tsunade, says, challenges Naruto to a fight. She does it this time, and they go outside. Naruto gets ready to fight. He gets in his stance. Lady Tsunade says, "I'll just use one finger." Naruto's, a little bit mad about this. She's underestimating his strength. So, I say so a lot. But I don't care. So they start the fight. Lady Tsunade is only gonna use one finger as she's overconfident and drunk. But now Naruto notices that she's focused. Even though she only has that one finger, she's focusing all her energy on that one finger. So Naruto goes to sneak to beat her with speed, which he's calm, so he's amplifying himself with chakra. That's what he's doing. He's amplifying himself, with chakra. So he is a bit faster than Lady Tsunade. Not stronger, but definitely faster. And so Naruto tries to attack her, but Lady Tsunade was expecting this, you know. She knows that Naruto is fast, but she was preparing this because you can tell that he's more the fast type, not the strength type. So, um, the fight goes a little different. Naruto, Lady Tsunade has a bit of more trouble, and she's almost about to use her whole hand, and then Jiraiya just stops her because if she hit Naruto with that punch, it would have broken a lot of his body. But luckily, it wouldn't have hit. Naruto was still he was still holding something up his sleeve, but so. And then Lady Tsunade, agrees to go back because she did say she was only going to use one finger, so she cheated. And then Lady Tsunade goes back to her hotel, or to her, Naruto goes back to the place where they'll be staying, and tomorrow morning they will be leaving. But Jiraiya and Tsunade stayed at the restaurant bar to keep on drinking. This and Lady Tsunade did mention that Orochimaru contacted her to heal his arms. Then Naruto's just walking back to the hotel, and then notices that someone is watching him. So Naruto just says who's there, and then Hitachi and Kisame jump out. Naruto can feel it. He can't beat them. Well, he can try, and he will try. Naruto's strong, as I said, but still has to work on some things. Then Kisame does all the heavy lifting, because Kisame wanted to be the one who took down Naruto, because people are saying he's a prodigy among prodigies or something like that, which he is. If Itachi didn't have that Sharingan, I feel like Naruto has a good chance of winning. Kisame, not really. He can steal chakra, so. So, Naruto and Kisame are fighting it out. Naruto, when he notices that every time he gets hit by that blade, he loses some of his chakra. So he tries to avoid it as much as he can with most of the time, and he does dodge it. But if he keeps dodging, this will never end, and eventually he'll lose. So he decides he has to go on the offensive, which he does, and does land some couple hits with his blade, which he's using right now. And he is slashing Kisame quite a bit, but this doesn't seem to bother Kisame. Because, Naruto's slashing down Kisame. Kisame is also hitting him with Samehara, which this steals Naruto's chakra, healing Kisame. And then Naruto feels like, has a gut feeling that he can't win. So the only option there is to go back to Jiraiya and ask for help. He could take one of them down by himself if he went all out and asked for some chakra from Kurama. But two, he's not so confident. He wasn't confident taking one down, let alone two. Don't worry about the all. So Naruto just runs as fast as he can, which is pretty fast, and then sees Jiraiya and Lady Tsunade drunk, and just thinking to himself, why did I let him drink? And why in such an important time does he have to be drunk? So Naruto, shakes up Jiraiya. Jiraiya wakes up still a little drunk, going all over all over the place, like the drunk he is. Naruto doesn't think he can rely on Jiraiya, but then he remembers that Jiraiya can use the drunken fist, so he could be some help. But Naruto's not gonna take this chance, and then just slaps Jiraiya real hard to wake him up from his drunken state, which this does help. Then Naruto tells Jiraiya what was going on. Jiraiya gets ready to fight, but then no one is there. Jiraiya's thinking that Naruto's just putting a prank on him. Naruto swears that he wasn't, unless he was imagining things, which he wasn't. So Jiraiya just goes back to, he was about to go back drinking, but Naruto says, let's go back to the hotel. And, yeah, they go back to the hotel. It's the next day, and Jiraiya's, Lady Tsunade did the same thing she did in canon. She drugged Jiraiya, but not Naruto. So Naruto goes to go help Lady Tsunade. Goes help Lady Tsunade, and things go from there relatively similar, except Naruto doesn't get as injured. Does beat up Kabuto, because I feel Naruto is stronger than Kabuto. Not that he's stronger, he just evaded Kabuto's, using his scalpel, making it hard for you to move. Because Kabuto said his taijutsu wasn't his forte. And then, after Naruto protected Lady Tsunade, Jiraiya gets there. And then Naruto just lets the three Sannin fight it out. And then Orochimaru has no option but to retreat and takes Kabuto with him, barely. Naruto didn't use the Rasengan in this fight, which I think I said he had. Now it's time for them to go back to the village. Naruto summons Aoi, which is the Phoenix's primary summon he uses. And Lady Tsunade, Jiraiya, Naruto get on it, and they go directly back to the hidden Leaf Village, knowing that if he stops down anywhere, Lady Tsunade will go gambling and get drunk, and Jiraiya will go do his research in places that men shouldn't be. So Naruto decides not to do that and just goes straight to the hidden leaf. They get there after a couple hours, and then Lady Tsunade goes heals Kakashi and the other people that were affected by Kisame. And did I say Kakashi or Itachi? If I said Itachi, I meant Kakashi. Sorry. So Lady Tsunade heals Kakashi and the people, because Kisame and Itachi hurt. And where, Sasuke tries to kill Itachi, that scene, that doesn't happen. He gives up. After he doesn't find them, he just goes back to the village. Because he's Sasuke, and Sasuke gives up on things that he doesn't think it's worth his time. Like Sakura. Lady Tsunade heals everyone up, and then takes the seat of Hokage. And then Sasuke challenges Naruto to a fight on top of the hospital, because that's where they were visiting Kakashi Sensei. And Sasuke challenges Naruto to a battle, feeling, what's the word? Yes, inferior to Naruto. Which, logical. So he challenges Sasuke challenges Naruto to a fight. Naruto says this is unnecessary, that there should be no reason for them to be fighting, and because he doesn't want to fight his teammate, but Sasuke's insisting they do this, so Naruto has no choice but to agree. And they start a pure taijutsu battle. Naruto's winning. Then Sasuke activates his Sharingan, and then it's an even match. And then then they start using, then Naruto decides not to use his blade because Sasuke doesn't have a blade. So that would be an unfair fight. But then they go into ninjutsu. Naruto uses mainly wind and water, being his chakra natures. Sasuke uses mainly fire and lightning. So it's pretty simple to counteract. Sasuke uses fire. Naruto uses water. Count that the water wins. Then Sasuke uses a lightning, and then Naruto uses water to make the floor covered with water. So if Sasuke does try to use a lightning jutsu and hit Naruto, then it would also damage Sasuke. So Sasuke has no choice but to use fire. So Naruto has the upper hand in there too. This is just making Sasuke hate Naruto more and more. Then it's the famous Chidori versus Rasengan clash. Naruto makes a one-handed Rasengan. Sasuke makes that Chidori. They both run up, and this time Kakashi doesn't get there fast enough, and they both clash, and they both get sent back. Sasuke goes back more than Naruto, making Sasuke mad, and then he realizes that his hand is bleeding, and then he sees Naruto's hand, and it's not. Naruto seems perfectly fine, but Sasuke is not fine, and then he collapses from the major blast of the two forces what's the word? Clashing together. He's gonna use that word. Then they call Lady Tsunade to come heal Sasuke, but Lady Tsunade just sends her assistant. She assesses Sasuke and says that just give him a couple hours of rest, he'll be fine. Shizune bandages up Sasuke's his arm, and then just tells him to let him rest. Naruto feels bad, and that he hurt Sasuke without trying. He intentionally hold back his attack, but he didn't think that his Rasengan would be enough to cause that kind of damage. Then next day, Naruto goes to the hospital to go apologize to Sasuke, and then he sees Sakura crying, and Naruto asks Sakura what's wrong, and then she points, and then Sasuke's not there. Naruto asks where's Sasuke. Sakura says that he's gone. He left. Now, let's go to Sasuke's perspective. Last night, in the middle of the night, they left the window open, and the Found Four gave Sasuke a proposition, and that he wanted to get stronger, that he would come to them, and then if he wanted to upgrade that curse mark he had, that he should come to them. Sasuke immediately accepts the offer and leaves immediately. Now we're going back to now it's 3 in the afternoon. They left around 12 in the midnight, so they're already long gone, and they won't be able to catch up. Sakura still insists that Naruto goes find Sasuke. Naruto tells Sakura that if they left before midnight, or really close to midnight, or if they left after midnight, if they left at midnight, there's no chance that we could catch up to them now. There's no chance. Sakura still insists Naruto goes after Sasuke. Naruto saying no, it's too late now. I won't risk people's lives for a lost cause. And Sakura's like, Sasuke's not a lost cause. Naruto's saying that he didn't mean it like that. He's just saying Sasuke left by his own will, didn't he? Sakura doesn't know what Naruto's talking about. And Naruto doesn't really know if Sasuke left by his own volition. But he's guessing that Sasuke did leave by his own volition. Because there is many people here. And Sasuke should have been strong enough to call out for help, and that this would alert people, and then there would be a team to go capture Sasuke. But there's also the chance that the ninjas were too strong for Sasuke to handle, which Sasuke's it's not super strong, but he's pretty strong. So that meant that ninjas must be Jonin level or high tuning. So, but then everyone hears, the Rookie 9 all hear this, and they all do want to go find Sasuke, and they leave in the formation that they did. Everyone's there. Kiba, Naruto, Shikamaru, Neji, Choji, they all go there, but they didn't find Sasuke. They did find some clues that they camped out here, but it seemed like they're long gone. Naruto this time didn't promise that he would bring back Sasuke, knowing that making a promise like that could come back and bite him in the ass. So he didn't make that promise. I want to do a 3-year time skip here, because that's when they did it. Before that, Sasuke got to go back to Sasuke's, I'm going to go to Sasuke's perspective. Sasuke just arrived at Orochimaru's secret place. Orochimaru's telling him that, if he listens to everything that he says and does everything he's told, he will get very strong. Sasuke is happy about this. Okay, now 3-year time skip. 3-year time skip. Naruto, in those 3 years, has been training with Lady Tsunade and Jiraiya. Well, mostly Jiraiya. After 2 years, Naruto left 2 years, 1 year ago, in the beginning of the 3-year time skip, Naruto left for 2 years and went to train with Jiraiya. Jiraiya taught Naruto everything that he could, and Naruto learned it real quick. They even went to Mount Myoboku and to teach Naruto Sage Mode. Naruto hasn't perfected it yet, but he can train. He can always go reverse summoning. He can always reverse summon himself when he wants to go practice. Naruto now just need to, But they arrived 1 year earlier, and Naruto not having, anything to do, asked Lady Tsunade if he can be her student. Lady Tsunade is hesitant, knowing that, male ninjas, have less chakra control, but it's not possible. And then Naruto shows Lady Tsunade. He does call her Tsunade, not Lady Tsunade. So Naruto shows Tsunade how good his chakra control is, and Lady Tsunade is pretty shocked. Most male ninjas don't have that kind of level of chakra control. So she agrees to teach Naruto, and then Sakura's a little jealous of this. She's been training under Tsunade for 2 years, and then 1 year after that, it took Naruto 1 year to learn everything Lady Tsunade had to offer, but it took 3 years for Sakura. Well, a little less than 3 years. It took less than, so more closer to 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 of the years to learn everything Tsunade had to not offer, but most of it. And it only took Naruto 1 year, so that's why Sakura learned it faster. More motivation not to be shown up by Naruto. So Naruto knows it has imperfect sage mode. Knows really good medical ninjutsu, how to do medicine, and yeah, he knows all that. And Sakura still wants to go find Sasuke because Sakura is dragging Naruto into go finding Sasuke. Naruto thinks that is a lost cause, but there's still the chance that Sasuke didn't leave by his own volition, so he doesn't know if Sasuke left for his own will, by his own will. So he does owe Sasuke to try find him if Sasuke, left without his consent. So that's all Naruto. Naruto just wants to find Sasuke and ask him the question: did you leave? Were you taken, or did you leave? That's the question he wants to ask Sasuke. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it off. So this was Tempest Age.